Starbreaker record, you know, it's a collaboration, so it's Magnus's just as much as it's mine, and I'm doing my part, which is, you know, helping somewhat with the arrangements, but mostly melodies and lyrics. You know, that's my main thing with this project. More than with TNT, I'm more involved with the music, but with this one, it's really my job is to try to make these tracks he sends me sound like songs. But there is a bit of a compromise, both in terms of letting him have what he's contributing, and really not trying too much to step on that. And at the same time, you're doing your thing, and you're also trying to think of what your fans want to hear from you. Hence, I did this crazy high thing with Pure Evil. And when you do this, and you're sort of compromising, and you're making a record to some degree that you think people want to hear, and you're excited about it, and you're putting all your heart and soul into it, which I did. All these lyrics are very, very much me opening my heart and letting people look inside. But when you get criticism, you kind of go, I might as well do exactly what I want to do.
Right. We have teenage daughters. They have boyfriends who love 80s, 90s hard rock. Like, love, right? Yeah. And it's just like, and I'll say, okay, so you love Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. Awesome. Have you heard of Skid Row? Have you heard of this or that or whoever, TNT, right?
Oh, I mean, the last tours I've done from 2014 and even earlier in the 2000s, to be honest with you, every tour that I've done with TNT, with other projects, and with Skid Row, and with every time we tour, the younger part of the audience gets larger. So 2014, it was probably it might have been 40%, and then in 2017 it was probably 50 or 60% of people that were in their 20s, you know, or younger. So, and they're right up in the front.
Yeah.
You know, the youngest ones are right up in the front, and it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like it's and it started, like I said, it started happening in the early 2000s, and I think it's just a cyclical thing. It happened with 70s music. And it happened with 80s music, and it's going to continue with 90s music, and it'll happen with early 2000s. I mean, these classic artists are already touring now, and their first album came out in 2000 or something.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of partially up to the artist to continue to make himself viable in some way, and continue to put out music. And on the other hand, you know, the record companies are really all about making money, understandably, but it's a shame when you look back in time and you see that they weren't, I mean, they've always been about money, but they were definitely more about nurturing artists from, even as recently as, again, you know, the 90s or 2000s, where they would sign an artist and they would stick with them for a while, you know. The days of the 3-record deal, which is what TNT signed in 1984, I think are few and far between, and that's a great example of a label saying, okay, you know, we really like this artist, and we're going to commit to sticking with them for 3 records, and I think that's about what it takes sometimes.